Elle Jones is a spoken word activist and teacher. She was the two-time captain of the back-to-back national championship Halifax Slam team in 2007 and 2008. Elle has performed all over Canada, you may have seen her before, including at the 10th anniversary All-Star edition of When Sisters Speak in Toronto. Her poetry is particularly committed to political causes and social justice, and has worked extensively with organizations around Halifax, performing and presenting on issues of social change. Elle recently had a poem read in the House of Commons in Ottawa. Elle is a member of Word is Bond Spoken Word Artist Collective, and she can be seen performing every third Thursday of every month at the Company House at 2202 Gottingen Street. Just a little plug there. In Word is Bond's Speak series, the oldest continually running spoken word series in Canada. She currently teaches in the African Canadian Transition Program at NSCC and is completing her PhD in English at Dalhousie University. Elle believes that poetry can empower the powerless and give voice to the voiceless. Elle Jones.
Peace, everybody. I always come with a bag of just folded poetry and then try to decide what I want to do. So I was glad that I got to hear the panel, because something that Robert Wright was saying about histories of violence and the kind of surrounding violence made me think of doing this poem that I wrote a few years ago for a lot of the men that I was encountering. So, the broadcasts say our beautiful black babies are born bad. Black babies are born into a bankrupt society, born with a black spoon in its mouth that belittles and bashes black babies and borrows off their blood because businesses make bank off the bodies of black brothers backed into barren blocks of broken down buildings where they blast each other and boast about it. Because black brothers are abandoned and battered. Black brothers are bewildered and baffled. Because black babies are bombarded by badass images of black brothers in baggy pants without belts, breaking the law and getting busted up by cops. Black babies are brought up in this society to be beaten down. Brilliant black babies are betrayed and never bring about their promise, because when black babies are bored by books and buried in the back rows, no one bothers. Black queens get called bitches and baby mamas and are blinded to their black beauty, so they bleach their skin and burn their locks and are embarrassed by their big black bottoms bouncing because Barbies have blonde hair and flat behinds and blank blue eyes. Black women are abused and bartered and bought in bedrooms and told it's better to be barren than to breed because black babies are a burden on society. Black women are blocked from benefits. Bold black women are banished to the back of the bus, but they can bare their breasts and bounce their booties on BET. Black mamas bawl over the broke up bodies of their black boys because black brothers are still Billy's strange fruit hanging in the breeze. Black brothers bake in back alleys and urban blocks where municipal boards dump their garbage and board up black businesses and build a bridge by the basin that used to be their backyard while they pour black taxes into building up the harbor front and banning beggars. Black brothers beef with other black brothers because black babies learn that black bodies are better off dead. Black bodies are beaten up, burned up in bonfires, blown up by bombs. Black boys are deployed to brown countries where they barrage other black brothers until their brains burst and bubble out onto the black top, and then they're sent home secretly in big black body bags, and politicians boast about their bravery while pocketing their bonus. Bloated black bodies blister in the blazing sun, hanging from branches, or bruised black bodies are pulled from the rubble in Port-au-Prince. Black bodies are buried alive, boxed into prison blocks behind bars to get boned and broken. The best black brothers get is bond or bail. Black brothers are still black bucks, bargained into the bottom of ships and brought to break their backs for bullies and bosses. So black babies are born from broken bloodlines. So black boys bounce basketballs or bump beats or bang bitches or busted balls or bite back with bravado or get blasted in backyards or deal bags to make bills because black babies are born to bleed. So black boys blaze blunts in basements or battle on the streets. Some ladies see black boys and back up across the boulevard grabbing their bags because black boys are obviously robbers and bangers. Black babies are bamboozled and passed around like bottles of beer on the wall. But no, black babies are born to be beloved and embrace the beauty of their being and of their birthright. Black babies should blaze as bright as 1 billion bonfires. Black babies should be blessed to be the brilliance they want to become. Black babies were not born to be bitches or bastards or bangers or busters or beggars or bums or brain dead or backwards or at the bottom or second best. Black babies are a beautiful fruit, This poem was brought to you by racism, indifference, and the letter B. Thank you. I volunteer with young girls. I have a group of girls in the square, and I work with adults that are returning to school. So I sort of see both ends, where I have the girls that are young and are just beginning to deal with issues. And then on the other side, I get a lot of women that are writing life narratives to me about, the violence they've been through. So I wrote this poem, and then people got hostile to it. But everything in it is actually true, but people got really upset with me. But I'm going to do it anyway. Some of you have probably heard it. Somebody actually told me they'd kill me over this poem. And it's ironically about the silencing of violence against black women. Little girls play with Thomas the Tank Engine while black girls get trains run on them. Little girls play cat's cradle while black girls get catcalled from the cradle. We're learning what is brought home in school halls, so some women report their rapes, but black women say nothing at all. Little girls play hopscotch while black girls hear hip-hop, so your little girls take face-offs while black girls hear face down, ass up. Little girls learn cross-stitch while black girls hear don't snitch, bitch. So Britney gets hit one more time, but Rihanna needs stitches. There's a war on black women. It's from Essence to CNN. I can't see an end. It's from seminaries to Eminem, from medicine to celebrities to penitentiaries to academics, and even the feminists don't give a damn. Gloria Steinem them won't even defend Michelle Obama. Never mind LaTanya or her mama. Shame on them. So this epidemic extends from the Prestons to tournament, because for black women's torment, no one ever gets sentenced. So it's just Chris Brown's temper, because it's hard out here for a pimp. Remember? My empresses of Kemet who are out in the trenches, who are fighting with 23 times higher percentage of AIDS infection and maternal death sentence and 10% lower life expectancy and medical experiment instead of health inspection, and the most care they get is a John's injection with no protection and a sentence for soliciting in a cell of corrections, all while 50 Cent pimps us out in his Lexus. And past the election, I bet the NDP government forgets us. And never a sentence in the Chronicle Herald about the chronic racism and horrid sexism, and meanwhile another few black girls go missing. We're like lemmings to them, filling cemeteries or buried in cement. The 11-year-old black girl gang raped by 20 men, but that was in some American ghetto and not in Soweto, so even Eve Ensler won't pay attention. And the woman in her own hood said, she just wanted attention. This war on black women, it's bigger than the second. Our own people are the weapon. It's from Texas to Mecca, from Beyonce to Coretta, from hot ghetto mess to we got to do better, from Gats and Berettas to charge of possession to this global recession, to child protection, to cabinet sessions, to high school lessons. And if femicide is the global warming of women, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes, because young black girls are being taught that it's normal to be on the pole, it is normal to be on the stroll, or taking the rap out of love of their man, yo. Because they have never known music that didn't call them hoe, and so the seed we have planted in them has reaped what it's sown, and it's hard out here for grown black women, all on our own or with the wrong men up in our homes, and some throw their daughters to him as a bone, and 500 years of this battle has stolen our soul. So while Move, Bitch, Get Out the Way stays a hit record, young black girls are being identified by their dental records. I guess they were in the way of someone, because all young men must live by their hormones. This new normal is killing our daughters. They're like lambs to the slaughter. 40% of black women assaulted before 18, and that's just the ones who report it. And our own men are enlisted, or the good ones ignore it. There's a war on black women, from statistics to chicken heads, from evictions to nappy heads, from strip clubs to psychiatrists to Baptists to prison beds. It is sickening to witness my sisters get kicked in the head by black men made sick in the head, because they were made tricks too out on that cell block, giving head and tricked by this media, addicted to blaming the victim and depicting the bling of the Walking Dead. Because this war on black women, our men think they're chilling, but after the women and children, they're up next from killing for the coalition of the willing, to IDing civilians, from COINTELPRO to our living conditions, this war on black men. You can see it on CNN. I can't see an end once the women aren't seen again, because this war on black women, it's just the beginning. And it's hard out here when the real pimps are winning. There's a war on black women, from Nickelodeon to Cineplex Odeon. The masses are ODing on the opium. I swear, it's open season. Just open our brains and you'll see the homing beacon. So white girls watch Hannah Montana while black girls wear gang bandanas. White girls watch Dora the Explorer. Black girls lock doors from predators who want to explore her. Crimes against white women, international crisis, but black women meet with a wall of silence. White girls learn they are Disney princesses, but even Essence prints negative images. White girls read Nancy Drew's adventures, but Nancy Grace won't investigate when black girls enter. Missing white girls are national headlines. Missing black girls just never make deadline. So white girls play red light, green light. Black girls scream stop all night. White girls play mother may I. Black girls' mothers say why. When white women are raped, there's a terrible price. But what happens to black girls is just called life.